How to shift from parent mode to lover mode. This is the podcast episode I've been waiting for.
That's because it's so easy for you to
Oh, it
do.
takes
Because
me
you're
like 2 seconds. Oh, we're in lover mode
Oh
now?
wait, I'm
No
already in lover
problem.
mode. I'm always in lover mode.
I've been in lover mode for hours.
And
Oh,
then
it's
the
totally
wife is
true.
like, "What?" I think this podcast is like, how do women turn from mom mode to lover mode, right?
I no, I think it's for both because I don't think it's just a woman thing. I think a lot of times men have a hard time maybe getting
Yeah,
out of work stuff,
maybe
and
some,
I
some.
mean, we hear women complain that like, oh, my husband
Yeah,
just like
that's true.
is too stressed or he's too focused on work or
I think that for the most part, though, that you hear parent mode to lover mode is a struggle for mostly women.
yeah.
Like going from mom to being like, I'm your wife. Like, I think that's more of a struggle for the most part.
Oh, I
For the
totally
most part.
agree.
I think it can go
Totally
both
agree.
ways, but yeah.
So
Yep.
hopefully these things can be beneficial because I think there's a
Yep.
lot of couples that struggle with it and us
Right.
included, right? Like
Me
some
included. Not
Amy
you.
included. I was trying to be
Watch
nice.
your words.
I was trying to be nice and
You do not struggle with that. We're gonna jump into our survey because I want to tell everyone why is it hard to switch from mom mode to wife lover mode
oh,
at night?
oh,
Okay.
100% are gonna say yes, and then if you ask the
This
man,
is a
100% are gonna
couple.
say no. Or 99.
This is a couple thousand women, okay? So what do you think it is? You think it's 99%?
No, but I think it's like probably in the 70s or 80s. 75 to 85 is what I'm gonna say.
It's actually only 60% said yes, it's so hard.
Oh, I was way off. Like
60% said so
I
hard.
have no business being behind the microphone if I can't guess this
You're
something
not a
like
woman.
that.
You're not supposed to guess that. Let's see. 30% said I'm in the middle and it depends on the day.
Okay, yeah. So that's
So
sometimes. So
that is
that
that's
inches up to
90%. That
90%.
does get
Yeah.
you up to your
We had
90%.
to fudge the
Yeah.
question a little bit, but
And then nope, not it's super easy. Nope, it is super easy for me, 11%.
wow.
So 11% of everyone that took the poll said,
Wow.
no, have no problem switching. They
Was
must have
that
a higher
was
sex
that
drive.
women or women and men?
This is women.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So
this is
the
women.
11% probably have the higher drive. So like, oh man,
Higher drive, or they know
take
how
what I
to,
can
they've
get.
learned how to flip that switch, or they know the tools that we're gonna share,
So that's what we're going to talk about in
Right,
today's episode is, how to go from parent mode to lover mode.
right.
What do you think the first thing to do is? What would you guess?
Oh, it's all mindset for women.
Okay.
It's all in your mind.
So maybe communicate about it, right? Like,
No, no.
okay. Well, all right. Then I'm
Yeah, no, I would
okay. Let's
say
hear your wisdom. Let's
I
hear what you
I
got.
would say it's all like, do I want to switch in my mind and in my body? Do I want to switch from being positive and going from mom to
See,
being a
but
lover at night?
we're talking about how to do it, and most women
How
are
to
gonna be
do
like,
it? So first you got to get positive about it though. That's the first, that's always the first thing.
so how
If
do
you want to
you?
have an intimate marriage is you have to be positive
So
about it.
how do you get positive about it? How do you get positive about it? Because most women are gonna be like,
For me, like my personal opinion would be like I have to figure out why it's good for me, why it's good for my marriage. Why do I want to be an intimate person? Why do I want my marriage to be intimate? Why do I need to be positive about that?
other than this, I mean, what other,
Like it's not all for him. It's for me too. How do I enjoy it? How do I learn how to enjoy it? And then it goes to the communication. Then it goes to communication. But I think number one for women to switch from I'm a mom all day, I got kids crawling over me to your all of a sudden the husband's crawling all over you. Like that's what most women complain about. Just being honest. That's like what people say to us
uh,
all the time.
I hope my touch is different than
I
a
know, but
child's touch.
I know, and you say that, but sometimes when you have toddlers crawling all over you all day, and you have in your mindset that you're like, I just having one more person crawling all over me wanting something. Men don't understand that because they're not like the nurturing with the kids, usually
Yeah,
typically not
typically.
with the kids all day long, dealing with toddlers, whatever. And like I said, it starts up here. You have to think, okay, my husband's touch is different than mine. How do I not get triggered by that? How do I stay positive about that? How do I learn to love it so that my sex drive can like thrive and like I want that in my marriage and I want to feel good when I'm doing it, that kind of thing.
Oh, fair enough.
It's my personal opinion if you
Well,
wanted it.
well, I think
Not
your
that you
personal opinion is very important.
I think that aspect is really important. I think women that struggle with this are literally thinking like in their mind, like this is more for him, this is more of a chore, this is one more person that I have to take care of. If you
And
if you want to go from mom mode to lover mode and like you want to thrive in that way, like you have to change your thinking on it.
and if that's all you change, like if you're looking at sexual intimacy as a negative thing in your mind, you're never going to enjoy it ever.
No,
In
no.
fact, we're on someone's email list, and all the time I get emails and it says how I went from not wanting it to becoming the high desire spouse.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And almost all the time it's like they change their thoughts.
Right.
They change their thoughts on it. Like
Right.
instead of like, I don't enjoy this, how can I enjoy it? And
Right.
this isn't just about him, it's also about me and my enjoyment. And when you start changing your thought process and start thinking about it in a positive way, then it's going to become a positive thing versus a negative thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, it sounds really simple,
Uh-huh.
but um,
It's
yeah,
very simple when you're a man with a high drive. It's very simple.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing. Like, I don't really have any problem with that.
Nope.
I'm
You
always,
literally don't have a switch at all.
I'm
It's just
always,
always
it's
on
always
level.
positive for me. Like, I've never thought of it negative. So,
Wouldn't it be amazing to have a drive like that, to have like testosterone that's so high that you're like, I think about it multiple times a day.
actually,
Like I can't even imagine.
actually, most men are thinking, man, I wish my drive wasn't so high. I wish I could be like a sex camel, like that. I
No,
wouldn't
they're
even,
not. They're
yeah,
not wishing that unless they're like getting rejected all the time.
yeah,
They don't wish that at all.
well,
Okay, so we asked, I'm only going to share a couple of these answers, but I asked why, what helps you? What tips can you give women? Because I didn't want to just share our opinions this whole podcast. I wanted to share some things that other women have
what
done
worked.
that's really helped them. So I'm just going to share a couple because then we're going to get into just some tips that we have. But she said, lower my expectations, lower the pressure to be super mom, award-winning housewife. I have to say that I relate to that. Like, I think in my younger years,
Your
um,
younger years, you're still like
oh,
25. What are you
I
talking about?
wish. To think that I'm 20 years older than what you just said, that's insane. Um,
Oh, you're
I
still
think like in
30s.
your 20s and 30s, a lot of women suffer with like perfectionism. Like I do want to be the great wife. I do want to be the great mom. Like I need to have my kids and everything. I need to be a great neighbor. I need to do this. And they're literally like wear themselves out. They're physically
Yeah.
exhausted. And it's really hard when you're putting so much on your plate during the day and having these expectations of what you need to be as a mom and as a wife. And it can be exhausting. And so what she's saying is lowering the pressure in her mind, first off, right in her mind, to be super mom. And when we start to think, okay, I want to be a super wife too. And that means that I need to let some things go so that I can connect in our marriage at night. What does that look like? That's going to look different to everybody.
Yeah,
And so
for
I
sure.
really love that comment,
I like
right?
that
It's
too.
letting your expectations go down and maybe hiring them in the area of marriage,
Yeah,
right?
prioritizing.
Yeah, going to bed in cute PJs without any underwear on. Ooh, I've never tried that, but that sounds really like that's very flirty.
Yeah, you should
That's
try that.
very sexual. That's very she has already in her mind thought,
She's like, I'm gonna turn my
I
man on.
want to be
I'm
flirty. I
gonna
want
drive
to
him
be
wild.
sexual. I want to drive him
Yeah,
crazy. I love it when we're intimate. I love being intimate. In her mind, she's already sex positive. That's huge.
yeah,
That is huge.
yeah. I
That's
agree
a
100%.
great comment. And there's lots of different things, just putting on lingerie, climbing in the shower naked together. If your husband showers at night, just climbing in with him, climbing in bed naked with him. Like,
Oh, you
yeah,
want to put a smile on his
yeah,
face? That's
yeah,
all you
there
have
you
to do.
go. The next one was when my husband lets me know he's interested and helps with the kids, house, etc. I don't think a lot of men understand it's not the things that you're doing, it's that you're making her feel like you're a teammate in the marriage. You're making her feel heard, seen, loved, respected by being that equal teammate in the
Hmm.
marriage. And I think, I mean, sometimes we don't word it right because we talk about chore play and what really turns her on, whatever. But I think the main part of this, what most women express, is that when he is doing things that he knows I'm stressing about or trying to get done, and he just does stuff and he just helps and he's just awesome, they feel the sense of teammate and they can and things get done faster so
For
that,
sure.
when
You,
you're doing everything and you're accomplishing
you
it
don't
faster,
feel
you have more
overwhelmed.
time to go climb into bed and be intimate and not just intimate, but connect more
For
as a
sure.
couple, right?
For sure.
The next response is cuddling together a show and talking and just snuggling.
Agreed.
Um, it's easy. A lot of
Yeah.
couples do it. I think that's a great way to decompress. A good way if you want it to turn passionate is do naked movie night or naked show
Oh,
night, and
absolutely.
you just climb in the
That's
bed naked, watch the movie naked, and then let your hands do their
if you've
thing.
never done that, I feel so sorry for you.
Good challenge. Good challenge.
Go do it.
Go do it. Next one is listen to yourself, get curious, and don't shame. Listen to yourself, get curious, and don't shame. Um, I'm guessing get curious, like stay curious about your
Mm-hmm.
intimate life, stay curious. Don't maybe body shame. I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know what
trying
you're
to
saying.
yeah, maybe don't body
That's
shame.
probably a good idea.
That's a great idea. I think a lot of women suffer with like body shaming and not wanting to get naked or not wanting to wear lingerie. Like your husband, like he probably
He
loves
loves you
you
the way
just
you
the way
are.
you are, and we would be
Absolutely.
so excited if you just embraced yourself. Next one is physical notice and warm me up during the day so I can focus on something else. And then it got later, maybe else it got cut off. But physical notice. A lot of women say my husband only touches me when he wants something. I think it's really important for husbands to understand, like, give her physical touch that's non-sexual all the time and sexual touch, non-sexual, unsexual. So one touch doesn't just feel like it's always after something, right?
Yeah, totally.
What are you doing?
Totally agree. What?
Okay.
What?
Your arm just went
Oh,
around me
totally.
for no
Yeah.
reason. Um, if he pursues me, yeah, that's good. Pursuer all day. It depends on how he's interacted with me during the day. The last couple answers, if you've noticed, has been like kind of putting it on the husband. Like
Yeah.
help her get in from parent mode to lover mode. Like it takes a teamwork for her to be
Okay.
able to get there.
But I also feel like the wives need to be more, um, how do I say this, vocal about what they need. Instead of just assuming that your husband, oh, if he would just do this, then I would be in the mood, and they never say anything, right? Like it's okay to communicate and say, you know what, man, if you could do this today, that would really help. And Amy's really good at this, and she does it in a real playful way. She's like, hey, if you run to the store, it's going to be a great night for you tonight,
I
or
do.
just things like that. Like, and that's playful,
And
but
he's
it's
like, done.
also, and I know that's playful and fun, and I love it. But I also think like, if you just have better communication and say, hey, what can we do to help each other so that we have time to be intimate later or take things off my plate mentally or things like that.
This
So
goes both ways. I can see both
yeah,
sides. I can
absolutely.
see both sides because a lot of women are like, well, he should just know it needs to be done. Uh,
Your husband isn't just going to know
he's
what
not
needs
just
to
a
be done.
minder.
He's not built that way.
But husbands can do a better job of being like, the sink is a mess, the kitchen's a mess. Maybe I should pick stuff up without having to be asked all the
For sure.
time. Like husbands, just like a tip for you. And I'm not saying like you don't do anything, you don't work hard. I'm just simply saying like
Be a little more aware.
for a lot of women, they kind of need things picked up and a little more put away before they can focus on other things.
Yeah.
So just look around and start cleaning stuff and picking up and taking some of that off of her so it's not feeling like it's her job.
Yeah.
She's going to feel more like there's unity in the marriage, like you're really trying to help. Do it not just the days that you want to be intimate, but all the time. She's going to feel that unity.
Absolutely.
And it's not going to feel transactional.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
Which is what we want. We don't want it to feel transactional. Anticipation. We talk about this one a lot, like scheduling sex. Like that brings anticipation. Like, hey, I'm like, hey, tonight's gonna be a good night for you. He's excited. It gets me in the mindset mentally, like, okay, what do I need to do to take less off my plate so I'm not too tired tonight? Or do I need to take a shower so I'm feeling ready? Whatever that looks like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Anticipation is so good. And that one led into the next one, which she said, which is hard. I would say planning for intimate nights.
Yes.
Sometimes you just have to plan it.
You need to prioritize it. And like you said, part of that is planning that. And we've said this 1,000 times if you listen to us. If you don't do it, just go try it. Go
Right.
try scheduling it. And it doesn't mean at 7:02 we're gonna do this.
Not
But
writing it on the calendar.
say, hey, tonight, you know what? let's prioritize being intimate, right?
Right.
And set some times and focus on that. So that gives the wife time to kind of get mentally and physically prepared and to know
Mhm.
that like, okay, tonight I gotta, this is we're gonna be
Right.
intimate. I gotta get ready. And the
Right.
husband, the same thing. And right, whether it's get things done in the house or get the
Mhm.
kids to bed early, whatever. Like
Mhm.
you really need to prioritize it and schedule it.
Right. Agree.
I,
Agree.
again, I think that's one of the biggest things couples can do to go from parent mode to lover mode. Another thing that I think is vital is set boundaries. I think this is one of the things that I really think keeps couples from having the intimacy that they could and should, is
Like,
not having the boundaries. Like whether it's, and I know it's tough, but set boundaries to where like, okay, after this time, our room's off limits. Like you're not coming in our room's going to be locked. Or, um,
certain, depending on your age, kids, obviously. Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But setting boundaries so that you have that time alone
Right.
and things aren't going to get in the way of that time alone.
Right. Absolutely. This lady said, morning is so much easier. The day's stress hasn't started yet. We've been close all night, etc. I'm not a morning person, but a lot of women are like, let's just do it in the morning. Then our whole day is going to be more connected. And I think that's a great goal if you're a morning person and that works for your schedule. Marriage is a rowboat on the open seas. You always have someone who will row with you. That must have been for our last episode.
Also,
The
different,
best friend
different poll,
episode.
different poll.
Different poll. I think we've talked, like, I don't want to keep repeating the same things, but we have an entire podcast on why you should put your marriage before your kids for your kids. I think that's a whole nother thing we can get into. Like when you put everything above your
For sure.
spouse and your marriage, everything falls apart. And so if you struggle with this, like just going from mom mode to lover mode, maybe it's because your goal in life is your kids and not your marriage. And when you put your marriage first, it's going to benefit your kids. So I just think that's really important to point out in this episode is because we love our kids so much. We have 4 kids. We love our kids so much, but they benefit when they can feel
Mhm.
the unity and the love in our marriage. It radiates to the whole family.
Well, don't you think so many women feel guilty by doing that? They think, "Oh man, I feel guilty. I'm neglecting my kids a little bit, and I'm putting more
But I
attention
don't think
here."
you ever have to neglect your kids. Like, I think that's a
Exactly.
mindset again, right?
Exactly.
Like,
And I think if most women can just let go of the guilt and be like, you know what? This is a priority. Like this is important. I don't need to feel guilty for spending time with my husband or my wife.
taking
Like,
them on a date night or,
yeah,
yeah,
like
absolutely.
you need to let
Putting you to
go of
bed a
that
little
guilt and
earlier.
not feel guilty for prioritizing your marriage. Like there's
Absolutely.
nothing that's the
Absolutely.
way it should be, right?
And once again, that's a mindset thing. That's a mindset thing. You have to like retrain your brain to be like, it's good for my kids for me to discipline a little, maybe put them to bed a little bit earlier, tell them that we have boundaries and it's our time or it's our date night
And if you
to
haven't, if you're
protect
someone,
that.
if you're someone that struggles with that, I promise you, just test it out, see what happens. I promise you, you will see good results by starting to put your marriage first. You're going to see your kids act differently. They're going to
Mhm.
look at you and say, "Man, mom and dad are, kind of going in line with what our one of our previous episodes was, which is what would your kids say about your marriage? If you're putting your kids first, what would they say about your marriage? Versus if you're putting your spouse first, I can promise you your kids would say a lot better things about your marriage if they see you putting each other first versus if you're putting them first.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. I hope
So
everyone will go back and listen to that and then actually ask their kids that question.
yeah, because
Yeah.
your kids will be brutally honest. They'll tell you exactly what you think. Like, oh,
Mhm.
you guys are never happy. You never spend any time together. You're always, doing
You
this.
act
And
mad. You act like you don't love marriage. Like, yeah, let's change that. We want our kids to be like, your marriage is amazing, and I want one just like yours one day. Like that's our goal in
absolutely.
life. That's our goal in life. And so what does that look like in your marriage? And the thing is like with this topic, it's gonna look different to everyone. Like some women are gonna be like, I need more emotional support for me to get into lover mode. I need to feel sexier for me to get into lover mode. I need to feel um I need to prep in my mind. I need to
Yeah.
change my attitude about it. Sometimes I just need an hour to go decompress and take a hot shower and just let my husband deal with the kids for a little while. Like this is gonna
And
look
that's
different to
okay
everyone,
too.
right?
Yeah.
But it all comes down to communication, like you said. you wanted to put it number one, like mindset and then
Tell each
communication,
other
like,
what you need to get in
yeah,
that mode, right?
right,
It's just as
right.
simple as that.
I think
So
it's not easy, but this could be hard. I'm not saying it's like an easy thing to switch. It's just it takes some communication and some adjusting of the attitude sometimes, and some
takes
adjusting of
takes
your
a
day.
little bit of effort, not much, but a little bit.
Not a lot of effort,
Yeah.
but yeah. Yep.
So we're wrapping it up. We hope you enjoyed the podcast. And if you haven't checked out shop.ultimateintimacy.com, I don't know, you're totally missing out. So we got great products to help your emotional intimacy
Let's talk about one of them.
and your sexual intimacy, both in and out of the bedroom.
Let's talk
So,
about one of them.
all right, which one?
Um, for a lot of, let's just go back into the podcast. For a lot of you women that are like, I have so much on my mind, like turning that switch from mom mode to lover mode is really hard for me. Like mentally, I am just thinking of everything I need to do tomorrow, what I still haven't done today, what the kids need. I have this. Like, I don't think a lot of husbands understand that, but for women, they're like, yep, that
We
is
don't
me.
understand that
That is
also.
me.
Yeah.
And so the V ring is what changed our life. It has changed so many lives. You can't even imagine the emails that we get from women. They're like, this has changed our marriage. Like that thing is like the perfect marriage aid that is only used together. I should be showing it, but only used together. It is literally an aid. I don't even call it a toy. It's an
Yeah.
aid. It works for both of you. You only use it together and it can take any woman
Even if your mind's
instead of like a 45-minute foreplay, like literally minutes, if you're using it right, like minutes. And you can go from being a mental mess to be like, I don't even care about my mental load right now. Literally, don't care. That feels so good. So I hope you'll check that out. Like it's literally marriage changing. Even if you're against toys or whatever, like call it a marriage aid. It's insanely amazing. It's changing lives.
and I will attest to what she just said.
It's changing lives. So shop.ultimateintimacy.com. It comes in the package with the literally best lube on the face of the planet. It's an all-in-one organic, all natural massage cream / lubricant that pairs perfectly with it. Comes as a package.
Yeah, it's pretty much amazing.
It's pretty much like the two things every couple should have on their nightstand.
We have
I'm telling
both
you.
those products. After people use them, they're like, "Oh my heck, this is the best I've ever used." So
The best.
the best.
And everyone like keeps coming back, literally. So
go check it out. Shop.ultimateintimacy.com. Tell them that Amy sent you. And oh wait, it's your website. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed the podcast. And until next time, we hope all of you find ultimate intimacy in your relationship.